I'm illegally parked, I know, part of my French and my Mercedes. But I have no excuse for this flea market shirt I'm wearing. My motley crew is beastie, and we enjoy the staring. I'm unemployed and daring. How dare I be so cool when it's so hot in Alabama? Sometimes we get snow too. And I'm as rare as a white Christmas in Miami, really. The temperature's dropping on South Beach, the ocean's getting chilly. But I'm driving, my people, the party, yeah. Some drinking, get rowdy, party. And I went out with a buddy or two, and it was all, and we got to the bar by the 1:45, and it was all, and we got gone, 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 Yes, I jumped off the boat, and I'm sinking in my chair, cause my beer bottle does not float. Help me now. Please enjoy the show. I done come up so fast that I'm afraid of heights. I gotta go. Help me down. Or I'll just learn to balance somewhere between commercial dreams and music that is valid. My babies need to eat, so I create a simple sound. The fiasco threw me for a loop. Hey, I dumbed it down, slick. Ricky Bobby driving. I'm driving. My people, the party, yeah. Some drinking, get rowdy, party. And I went out with a buddy or two, and it was all, and we got to the bar by the 1:45, and it was all, and we got gone, 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 yeah, my people are riding in trucks and wheels oversized. In such a world I reside, and your luck runs low with your pride. And enough to keep you about at the club and troubles around. I got them car keys in hand, I know what the fuck's going down. Some of these people come sick, some pop the trunk for AKs. They wanna do bodily harm, they wanna live for the day. We just came to get stupid, so give me that bottle of Crown. I'll take my girl to my Caprice and get the fuck out of town. Come on, girl. And I'm driving, my people, the party, yeah. Some drinking, get rowdy, party. And I went out with a buddy or two, and it was all, and we got to the bar by the 1:45, and it was all, and we got gone, 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 and we got gone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Saturday to everybody. Thank you all for joining me on this fine Saturday football afternoon. As you can see on the screen here, doing Georgia and Florida, the largest outdoor trailer park party game, cocktail party, whatever. Anybody's got a cocktail, go ahead and open it now. Kind of pissed off, though, to be honest with you. All three games that I wanted to see today are on at the same time. So we've got Georgia and Florida. Clemson, I know Clemson plays Wofford, but I still want to see Clemson play, obviously, as a fan. And then Florida State and Miami also play at the same time. There is some good games tonight, though. I think, who is it? Is it Utah and Washington and then Southern Cal and Oregon? They play tonight, so that'll be good to see that. But anyway, I'm just pissed. The ones I wanted to see the most are on all at the same time. I was interested. I was just watching this Notre Dame game. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. Wake Forest blew the doors off of NC State, which I'm not really surprised about that. Don't be surprised if Clawson, the head coach for Wake Forest, is not there next year or the year after that maybe. He's going to get a big-time job somewhere. If I was a Florida State fan, I'd be asking Florida State to do whatever they can do. Back up the Brinks truck to get Dave Clawson to Florida State. Can you imagine what Dave Clawson would do with Florida State's roster? The only thing holding him back at Wake Forest is the fact that it's hard to recruit there. But if you send him to a Florida State or a Notre Dame or a Michigan or somewhere like that where, a big-time brand where they can recruit, I mean, the sky's the limit for that guy. But anyway, let me see who's in the chat here real quick. What's up, Mason Mullins? How you doing? Christian Ballard's in the house. Clemson alum 98. Complete Carol. How you doing, sir? George. I'll be back to gloat and make fun of Georgia in a few hours. Well, why are you leaving? Do you have something better to do? What's up, Border Bob? How you doing? Tiger Ravens in the house. Bryant Denny Stadium says 27-24 Florida. You know what? I'm changing my on my bet now thing. I said I didn't know who would win. I picked Florida with the 6 points as an underdog. I don't know who's going to win the game, but I'm thinking I'm picking Florida to win this game, though. I just hope it's a good game. I don't really care who wins. I just hope it's a good game. What's up, Coulter? What's up, Prince 6'1"? How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. Great coach, not sure a fit for Florida State. I mean, why wouldn't he be a fit for Florida State, though? I mean, I don't, as a Clemson fan, I don't really want to see him go to Florida State because they might become good again and threaten us, but I don't know. Coulter says Georgia 35, Florida 31. I think the thing that favors Georgia the most in this game is probably the fact that they had a bye week last week. But let's be honest here. Georgia's not looked real good this year. I mean, yeah, we know what happened with South Carolina. But the Notre Dame win, the close win against Notre Dame at home is not looking as good now as it did because Notre Dame's not looking as good now as we thought they were. And that first half against Kentucky was pretty pitiful. To be honest, it was 0-0. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a tough call. Did Florida get a bye week last week too? I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't know. Good. That's a good point. I'm not impressed with either offense at all. This will be a low-score game. Here's the thing that I will say about Georgia. They've obviously got a better running game. I mean, that goes without saying, right? Florida's running game is pretty much non-existent. I do trust Jake Fromm, even though he's not like a game-changing quarterback. He's not going to move the ball deep down the field. But at least he's not going to lose the game for you. Fromm's not. So if Georgia can establish the run game and play, good defense, then I give Georgia the edge because Fromm's not going to throw a lot of interceptions. He's not going to put you in a bad situation to lose the game. So I give the quarterback edge slightly to Fromm just because he's proven to be a good quarterback as far as managing the game and not giving the game away. But if Florida's defense plays at their potential, and we've seen them play really great a few times this year, and they can somehow move the ball down the field with who I'm assuming Trask is starting today, right? Somebody could probably tell me different. If they can move the ball down the field, then that's going to be a problem for Georgia. We'll see. Christian says all the doubters about Mac Jones can shut up. He looked good against Arkansas. I do hope Tua heals, though, but Mac can beat LSU handily. I mean, listen, we saw Mac Jones play against Arkansas. I mean, I don't know if I put too much salt in that. Listen, if Mac Jones is playing for Alabama, he's obviously a talented quarterback or he wouldn't beat Alabama, so I'm not saying that. But to judge him off of the Arkansas game is not really fair. I mean, Arkansas they might be like the second or third worst team in the country, maybe the worst team in the country at this point. But I don't know. I don't know if Mac Jones can beat LSU. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's better than Tua. I mean, what do we know from him other than what we've seen from him do against Arkansas? So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying nobody can make that determination at this point. Yeah, Alabama's beat LSU. I think the last time they beat 2010, I think maybe something like that was the last time that LSU won that game. Clemson alum says LSU is going to win that game. I mean, I'm in the camp where I got to see LSU beat them before I can believe they're going to do it. But I will say this, though. This is their best chance to do it this year, compared to recent years. Yeah, last time LSU was legit, Clemson and Boyd got them in the Peach Bowl. Yeah, I was at that game. One of the best games I've ever been to. The famous 4th and 16 conversion from Boyd to DeAndre Hopkins at the end of the game, and they went on down to score and win the game. Yeah. That game was on New Year's Eve in Atlanta. We had a great night that night. My wife and I went down there for that game. It was awesome. And that was really the turning point, I guess you could say, as far as Clemson becoming a national powerhouse. Ever since that game, they've been a perennial top 5, top 10 team. Won a lot. I mean, you guys know the story. I mean, that was really the turning point for the entire program. The world's greatest cocktail party. I don't know about that. I'd say the world's largest, yes. Greatest, no. I mean, the world's greatest cocktail party happens in my house every weekend with just me. Just me here talking to you guys. The UCF game is killing me. You have the under 73. Why would you have under 73? That's too, I don't know. I probably would have had the over in that game, but, hindsight's 2020. What's up, Cody? How you doing, sir? Cody, my fellow Panther fan in here, crying in his beer like me about this Cam Newton situation. He need to go ahead and fire Ron Rivera. Riverboat Ron. He's a joke. I said to fire him 2 years ago. I don't know why everyone's so caught up on him. He took you to a Super Bowl. Look at his record. I think he's had more losing seasons than he's had winning seasons since he's been there. He's been there like 8 years. I mean, the guy is he's no good. It's time to move on. How much time is left, Rick? I owe you a Coke. What do I owe you a Coke for? Are you talking to me? Okay, 2011 was the last time. I think we could all agree on one thing. I mean, there's about a 99% chance that whoever wins this game is going to win the East and represent the SEC East in the SEC championship game, right? I mean, with Missouri losing last week, they've got 3 losses now. I mean, South Carolina's got a losing record. We all know about 10. I mean, that's it, right? There's nobody else in the East that even has a mathematical chance to get back in this thing. So I'd say the winner of this game will probably go undefeated for the rest of the season and represent the East. Now, Florida does have to play Florida State at the end of the year, but that's not a conference game. That's just a rivalry game. So that won't matter against that. Mizzou could spoil somebody. That's a good point there. That's a good point, right? Because Missouri still has to play both these teams, right? They still have to play Georgia and Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they played. Yeah, I don't think they played either one of those teams. So they could play spoiler. That's a good point. But even so, the tiebreaker would still be broken by who wins this game, even if Missouri beat one of those teams. Well, they would have to beat. Well, yeah, I don't really see any situation, no matter what happens, I don't see any situation where even if Missouri beats one of those teams, they'd have to beat the winner of this game. But even then, the winner of this game would hold the tiebreaker, though. So, yeah, there's really no chance. Ron Rivera has 3 winning seasons, his entire 9-year tenure. Exactly. Yeah. Do I think that Baylor is legit this year? I saw I'm going to be honest here because I don't want to lie to anybody. I saw my first entire Baylor game the other night. Baylor does look good. But if you look at who Baylor's played and who Baylor's beat, it's not impressive. Now, I'm not a big guy it's not Baylor's fault who's on their schedule. They did have a couple of close calls with some bad teams, though. I think when you see a Baylor go up against any of these teams that are ranked in the top 6, whether it's Penn State, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, LSU, any of those teams I think would blow Baylor off the field, quite honestly. But I do think that they're good. I don't really see a path for Baylor to make the playoff. Now, if Baylor somehow goes undefeated and goes 13-0 and wins the Big 12, they will get in, and they'll deserve to get in as a 13-0 Big 12 champ. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think they're going to lose a game or two before the season's over. I think they're going to lose to Oklahoma, quite frankly. But they probably have the best defense in the Big 12, though. Harbaugh reminds me of Mark Richt at Georgia, says Prince. I wouldn't disrespect Mark Richt that way. I mean, Mark Richt won the SEC in his first 4 or 5 years in the SEC. Harbaugh's never won the Big Ten. As a matter of fact, Harbaugh's never won a conference title any time in his college coaching career, ever. He didn't win one at Stanford with the best player he ever had, Andrew Luck. So, Harbaugh's overrated. And Harbaugh's not going anywhere. You know, I tweeted out something earlier today. I tweeted out that Dave Clawson won't be at Wake Forest much longer. He's going to get a big-time job offer somewhere, and I wouldn't be surprised if he took it. He'd be stupid not to. He's got a ceiling at Wake Forest. He's not winning the ACC. He's not going to the playoffs at Wake Forest. I don't care how good of a coach he is. So if he gets an offer at a big-time program, Notre Dame, Florida State, Michigan, anywhere. Just name one. Name a top 25 team if he gets a top 25 program, that is. And if he gets an offer, he should take it. Somebody tweeted at me, they said, do you think he would go to Michigan? And my answer to that is no. And the reason I don't think he'll go to Michigan is because I don't think Jim Harbaugh is going anywhere. I just don't. Listen, if Michigan goes on this year to win 10 games, but still not win their division, still not win the Big Ten, it's hard to fire a guy that wins 10 games year in, year out, especially when he took over a bad program. Now, if I was a Michigan fan, I'd want him gone, because our expectation, if I'm a Michigan fan, is not to win 10 games every year and not win the division. It's to finally win the conference at some point, at least the division first, start with that, win some bowl games. He's got a terrible bowl record, and maybe eventually make a college football playoff and make a run of the title. But that's not the way that they think. It's hard to fire a guy who's winning that many games. But I would do it if I were them. Whose defense is broke? Christian, I know you're not talking about Clemson. You know Clemson's got the number 2 defense in the country, right? You please tell me you're not talking about Clemson. All right, looks like Georgia is kicking off to Florida. So we'll get to see what Trask looks like here at the beginning of the game. What's up, Giggled and Shat? The hell kind of name is that? Yeah, this Tuesday is the first college football playoff rankings. That's right, Mark. And I'll be live for that on Tuesday night. And I'll be putting out my final predictions for that first ranking on Monday. All right, here we go. They kicked it off, and it's going to be a touchback. So Florida's going to take over at 25. Your birthday is in 104 days. How the hell do you know that? Christian, you can't possibly replace all those guys in a year. Christian, they're playing better than last year's defense. Maybe you need to pay attention. I mean, you can say what you want, but just look at what it is. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Trask over the middle, complete for a first down and more. About a 13-yard gain there, 1st and 10. A little quick slant pass. They're going to hand the ball off, and he's going to go nowhere. He's going to get about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. You can't top Farrell and Wilkins in them. The defensive line is not what's better about Clemson's defense. It's every other position on the defense. I mean, all right, here we go. 2nd and 9 from the 40. Play action. He's going to dump it off short, complete, and another first down. Picks up about 10 yards on that. 1st and 10 Gators across the midfield line. Look, guys, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Wilkins and Farrell, great players. Clemson's defense is better this year. There's 11 players on the field, not 2. 1st and 10 from the 49. Looks like somebody's calling a timeout. Florida called a timeout. Time is at 3:43, so Clemson comes on at 4. What channel is the Virginia Tech and Notre Dame's on NBC? What channel is Miami and Florida State? There it is on ABC. No, Xavier Thomas is not playing this week. And I'm thinking that the reason they're doing that is because he doesn't need to. They're playing Wofford, but he's supposed to be back next week, I think. 3rd and 15. Who's got the ball? Florida State? It's like Hornibrook is starting for Florida State. Florida State and Miami, that's 2 teams right there that have been playing musical chairs with their quarterbacks, haven't they? Yeah, I agree, Cody. And you're going to see that, I think, probably in the next week or two, you're going to see that, even statistically, they're going to move up into the first spot. I mean, that Trevor had a cold all week. You know what? I hope they don't play Trevor more than the first quarter. There's really no reason to. I mean, Clemson can march out their 3rd string and beat Wofford 50-0 if they want to. So I hope that's what they do. I don't care about stats or at this point. I just want to keep the guys healthy. All right, so there's 13 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Florida got the ball first. They're driving. They're in Georgia territory, 1st and 10. Yeah, there's no reason for Trevor to play more than he'll play the first quarter, I think. He won't play past that. I'd be surprised if he did, unless the game's close somehow. Oh, God forbid. 1st and 10. Gonna hand the ball off, and he's gonna run, and he's gonna get just short of the first down, pick up about 9 yards. Man, this Georgia's defense is they're having their way with him, running the ball and throwing the ball so far in this first drive. 2nd and 1. Where's Bobby Durkins? I don't know. He's probably at his house. DJ Uigalele. I learned how to say his name. Yeah, he's at the game today, actually. 2nd and 1. P. Ryan's got the ball again. He's going to be stopped short. Good defensive play there by Georgia. He's going to be about a half a yard short. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. Yeah, DJ Uigalele. All right, so this is a big-time 3rd down for both teams because they're not in field goal range yet. If Georgia can stop them, that would be a huge stop. And if Florida converts here, that's a problem for Georgia. Here we go. Yeah, Morgan Thomas show is a good show, man. I talked to Morgan a couple times. Good dude. What is this? Oh, end of the first quarter. No. Hell, there's 11 minutes left. Is it a TV timeout? What just happened there? He's an okay quarterback, 4-star, doesn't compare to Trevor or Tua. Christian, where do you get your information from? He's a 5-star quarterback. He was the number 1 pro-style quarterback in the country. Where do you get your information from? Wherever you're getting it from, you're getting it from the wrong place. I can promise you that much. Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to that. So they'll have they had DJ as the number one quarterback in the country for 2 years. As soon as he had a hard commit to Clemson, he dropped to the number 1 overall pro style quarterback. And then I don't even know who the other one is. Same thing that happened with Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. As soon as one of those guys does an early commit, then they want to hype up another player. That 5'11" midget going to Alabama. Listen, DJ Uigalele, he's Cam Newton with a better arm. I mean, with a more accurate arm. Let's put it that way. I mean, this guy, he's 6'5", 235 or something, and he's in high school. By the time he is a sophomore at Clemson, he's going to be 6'6", 250. I mean, that's what Cam Newton was when he won the Heisman as a junior at Auburn. All right, here we go. Yeah, DJ's a freak. And not only is he a freak, but he's got a good head on his shoulders too, which always helps. 3rd and 1. And it looks like there's a flag. Is that offsides? Who's this against? I think it's on Georgia. Trevor's arm is not on that level. Trevor Lawrence might have the best arm you've seen in college football in your life to this point. Third and 6. It was against Florida. That's a big-time mistake there by Florida. Screen pass, complete, and he's going to get a first down. I think he got it. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, I think he got it for sure. And Perine is just, he's the star of this drive so far. 1st and 10 Gators. Yes. There's a rumor that DJ is going to play baseball for Clemson too. I don't know if that's true or not. I prefer he didn't, quite honestly, but Jameis Winston played baseball the entire time he was at Florida State. Some of these guys do that. I'm pretty sure Kyler Murray did too. So I don't know. I just worry about them, injuring their arm playing baseball, or tearing a rotator cuff or something. But that's just a fan in me, I guess. Looking at the worst case situation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna play. Yeah, Cody says he's gonna play. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. I mean, it's hard to tell a kid like that. He's another one of these. Obviously he's not Kyler Murray. He's two Kyler Murrays. It would take two Kyler Murrays to reach his height. But it's hard to tell these kids that are literally Major League Baseball prospects and NFL prospects not to play one of the sports. They've been playing them sports their whole lives, and they're going to continue to do it as long as they can. So I don't blame them for it. But I don't really, as a football fan, I don't really like it. That's just all there is to it. If he injures his shoulder or his throwing arm playing baseball, I'm going to be pissed. So. All right, here we go. 4th and inches. From the 40. Dan Mullet's going for it. Trask, back to pass. And it's incomplete. Why would you do that on 4th and inches? P. Ryan just drove you all the way down the field. And you do this dumbass pass play? Dan Mullen, this is why he's never won anything. Right there. Dumbass. I'll never understand that. And believe me, this is not a Florida. All teams do this. Clemson does this. They'll have ETN run 80 yards down the field on 10 plays, and then do a 4-yard bullshit pass that's incomplete. Why would you do that when they clearly can't stop your running game? On this drive, they haven't been able to stop Florida's running game, and then they do that. They outthink themselves. What's up, Slim Shady Canes? How you doing, sir? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you, sir. Are you watching the Florida State-Miami game? I'm assuming you are, unless you're not in front of a TV. Let's see what's going on over there. And it looks like something just happened with Miami. I guess Miami scored. I don't know. I see some celebration going on here. 7-0. Yeah, they just scored. Was that a defensive or an offensive touchdown? I agree, Cody. I would argue it's always been a good time to be a Tiger fan, but it's definitely better now than it used to be. I see your point. What's up, Mick D Sports 4? I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic, but I already know that you are. Yeah, 4th and inches, you got to run for it. That's ridiculous. Oh, come on now, Prince. There was a year we had Kelly Bryant in there. Do you guys know who's that guy, the YouTube guy, the Oklahoma guy? I always forget his name. RJ Young. You know who I'm talking about, right? He put out a video last week trying to explain to people why Kelly Bryant's a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. Now, come on. I mean, All right, here we go. Fromm hands the ball off to Swift. And he's going to get nothing. Maybe a yard. I think it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. I can't take anybody serious that's going to try to explain to me why Kelly Bryant's a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that's just complete nonsense. Yeah, and that's the other thing. NATO, he said there was people in the chat agreeing with him. I'm like, yeah. Sorry, 2nd and 9 from the 41. Oh, he's going to be taken down as soon as he hands the ball off to Swift. Big time loss. It's going to be 3rd and about maybe 15. He lost about 5 yards on that play there. 3rd and 14, they're saying officially. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole video because the potato level was off the charts the minute I clicked on it, which I don't even watch his videos, really, honestly, but I saw the headline of that, Trevor Lawrence being better, so I clicked on it. Within 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, 5 seconds, I had clicked off of it because he told me that he said that Dabo Swinney, hold on, 3rd and 14. Complete. And I think they might have got a first down there. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be close. I think he might have got it. Did he? It looked to me like he went out of bounds before he got it. They say he got the first down. Yeah, he said Dabo Swinney would regret starting Trevor ahead of Kelly Bryant. Does he not realize that they won a national championship with Trevor and that Trevor's never lost a game? How many games has Kelly Bryant lost? Lots. Or a lot more. 1st and 10. Fromm throws it down the left side, and that was almost picked off. He just dropped it. That should have been intercepted. That was a terrible pass. 2nd and 10. So a missed opportunity there for the Gators. I mean, that could have been easily an intercepted. He just dropped it. Johnny Red Dot, how you doing, sir? I don't know. That's a good question. He's going to hand the ball off to Harrion, and he's going to be taken down for a 3-yard loss. This is a massive problem so far for Georgia because Georgia, if they can't establish a run game, which they're not doing so far, they're not going to win this game. I mean, that's not breaking news or fake news or even alternative facts or anything like that. Everybody knows that Georgia's only chance to win this game is to establish a run game. If they can't do that, they've got no shot. None. And so far, I think they have negative rushing yards in this game. 3rd and 11 from the 50. Fromm back to pass. Throws it to the left side. Complete for about a 20-yard gain there. Wide open Robertson. 1st and 10. How the hell did he get that wide open? I mean, look at Fromm. He's staring him down the whole time. He never even... that was his number one primary receiver. He stared him down the whole time. Yes, I saw those stats. Thank you. Yes, I've seen SG1 Sports. I know who he is. Yeah. 1st and 10. Fromm scrambles out of the pocket, and he dives across the 30-yard line for about a 5-yard gain. 2nd and, let's see, maybe 2nd and 7 is what they're saying. Fromm escapes, doing his best impression of Deshaun Watson. a Houdini act there. That was just bad tackling by Florida. I mean, Fromm is not known as a runner, and he just somehow managed to get 7 or 8 yards out of a broken play. 1st and 10 Dogs. What's up, Travis Thompson? How you doing, sir? I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. I know you are if you're here. All right, 3rd and 1. What are they're gonna say he was short? I thought he made it well across the line. Anyway, 3rd and 1 is what they're saying. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. He's going to hand the ball off to Swift. Swift, he gets the first down with progress. They knock him back about 4 yards. We'll see where they spot it. It's got to be a first down. From is what you get when you believe in the 10-yard Danny Warfel arm. Don't have 30 Waterberg wide receivers. Take a 6 yards. You know what? He's one of the hardest people to figure out when it comes to evaluating what he's going to do in the NFL. Fromm is. He's got the head for it. I don't think he's got the arm for it. But then again, if you look at what Tom Brady and it's not just Brady, there's a couple of other quarterbacks in the NFL that are very successful that are similar in athletic ability and arm strength to Fromm. So I don't know. He's one of these guys. He could be a complete bust backup, lifetime backup in the NFL, or if he gets in the right situation, he could end up being good. I don't know. He's really hard to figure out. He's definitely not a 1st or 2nd round talent though. But 2nd and 6 Fromm. The ball is tipped and it's gonna be incomplete. 3rd and 6. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's really hard to figure out. Yeah, some people think he's going to go as high as the 2nd round. I don't see that. I just don't think he has the arm for that. I mean, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't want the Panthers to draft him. I just wouldn't. I prefer. I'm mesmerized by the big arm. I want the arm, the accuracy in the arm. He doesn't have that. 3rd and 6. From the 18, Fromm dumps it off in the backfield, and it's going to be a first down. Good play there by Georgia. Slim Shady Canes with a $5 super chat. What's the difference between Florida State cheerleader and a Corvette? No one has ever been in a Corvette. 1st and 10. And a broken play there. 2nd and 10. So no one's ever been in the Corvette. No, or not everyone's been in the Corvette, but everyone's been inside of a Florida State cheerleader, right? Yeah. Thank you for the donation, sir. All right, so from the 12-yard line, 2nd and 10. Hand it off to Swift, and he's got another negative yardage carry. Swift is probably like negative 10 yards on the game so far, which is pretty unbelievable. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Best thing about dating a Georgia girl, she'll never expect a ring. That's a meme on Twitter. All right, 3rd and 12. All I've been hearing all year is how great Georgia's offensive line is. So far today, they're not looking too hot. 3rd and 12, Fromm back to pass, and he just throws it away. So that looked like I don't even know. Somebody messed up there. Something didn't look right about that play. Let's see the replay here. I feel like Fromm, one of the receivers didn't go where he was supposed to go or something, because Fromm threw it away. Yeah. All right, here we go. Blankenship for the field goal here. this is a chip shot for him. 30-yard field goal. He'll make this 10 times out of 10. And he makes it. So it's going to be 3-0. Dogs. Yeah, keep posting the scores against Wofford. I don't care if it is Wofford. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I don't know. Does anybody know what the over/under for this game was? So I took Florida at +6 as 6-point underdogs against the spread. I don't know what the over/under was, but from what I'm seeing so far, I'm thinking this is going to be a low-scoring game, unless things get out of control in the second half somehow. Johnny says he won't condone murder on this channel. I don't either, unless it's when the stream started. I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be close, though. You hear that in the background? You hear that crying? Sounds like a South Carolina fan after every game. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I don't think so either. Either team scoring over 30, I don't think so. I mean, Florida in the first possession just moved the ball all the way down the field and then started doing stupid shit. Yeah, I do remember that. But they didn't want to be there, they said. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Trask back to pass. Throws it complete to a wide open receiver for about a 25-yard gain. 1st and 10 Gators. What's up, Leonard? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. First and 10 from the 49. They're going to hand the ball off, and he's going to go nowhere. He got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Yeah, Mark, I don't know. There's a lot that goes into that. I mean, if you take out your starters in the first quarter, you know, those, I don't know. I had to see what the total situation was in that game, but flag on Florida. 12 players in the huddle. Oh, God. Where is Towson University? I don't even know where that is. All right. 2nd and 15 now from the 39. Trask, he's going to be sacked for a huge loss. That's about a 15-yard loss there. It's going to be 3rd and 8 miles. Man. Let's see here. 3rd and 25 now. Now watch Dan Mullen do some stupid shit and run the ball. Watch this. That's some stuff he'd do. Timeout, Georgia. I'm going to change the channel to Clemson real quick. Towson. Sorry. Where is that? I have no idea where that is. If Florida wins, they might be ranked ahead of Penn State, which is dumb. I would agree with you that it's dumb, but they probably will be. Well, I don't know. I don't know about they will. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll be ranked ahead of an undefeated team. 1st and 10, and it looks like Amari Rogers is about to take it to the house. Yeah. I wish Clemson wore those purple uniforms against decent teams instead of an FCS team. I only wear them once a year. At least make it worthwhile. What's up, Jimmy C? It looks like Georgia's getting ready to bust this game wide open. Yeah, I don't know what you're watching. I don't see that. If by wide open, you mean they're going to kick another field goal next time they get the ball? Yeah. The most shocking thing about this game so far is the fact that DeAndre Swift has been completely shut down. I mean, he's got negative yardage, I think, at this point. All right, here we go. 3rd and 25. Trask throws it down the left side, incomplete. So Florida's going to have to punt, and they're going to lose the field position battle here because good defense there by Georgia. Towson's mascot without Googling. I don't know. The Pirates? Hell, I don't know what they are. You can tell me anything, I'd believe it. And the punt is up. Received at the 10-yard line, and he's going to break a couple of tackles and then get taken down around the 16. I don't know what just happened in the Clemson game, but I'm sure you could all hear Mrs. Peete screaming at the top of her lungs, so I'm assuming they scored. 14-0 Clemson said they did score. The Goober Gazers. Who scored the touchdown for Clemson? I'll go ahead and change it and see. No, it's off. Who scored the touchdown? What's up, Ishkubar? I really don't want to slaughter your name. Ishbooker. Ishbooker? I'm just going to call you Ish. How about that? What's up, Ish? I'm sure you're here. You're amazing and fantastic. Thank you for joining the show. Lynn J scored. All right. Towson calls themselves the Tigers, huh? Yeah. Probably the most popular mascot in college sports would be the Tigers, I think. The Bulldogs is also a very popular one. Yeah. All right, 2nd and 8. Fromm back to pass. He's got all day. Throws it complete for a first down. 1st and 10, Dogs. 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Yeah, Wofford is the Terriers. Eagles is another very popular college mascot. Eagles, Tigers, Bulldogs. As far as I know, there's only 2 Gamecocks. You got South Carolina, and then you got Jacksonville State, right? Those are both Gamecocks. Those are the only 2 schools stupid enough to name their mascot after a chicken. So that makes sense why there wouldn't be a whole lot of those. 1st and 10. And this is going to be the last play of the first quarter here. Swift, and he's going to only pick up maybe a yard or so. That's the end of the first quarter. Chanticleers, that is... Who's the Chanticleers? East Carolina? Is that right? It's East Carolina, right? Not Coastal Carolina. No, East Carolina's the Pirates. Hell, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, end of the first quarter. What's up, C-Raw? Why can't you breathe? That doesn't sound... You should probably see a doctor. Does not sound healthy. Yeah, Coastal Carolina's Chanticleers, yeah. It's about 2 hours from where I am. A couple of friends that went there from high school said that it was a really fun school to go to as far as, partying, which I can imagine, especially if you're not from the state of South Carolina, to go to school in Myrtle Beach would probably be awesome. I can imagine that. Yeah, the Furman's the Paladins. When I was in high school, the head coach at my high school was a former Furman player. He's actually pretty much a local legend around here. He ended up dying maybe like a year or 2 after I graduated. John Bagwell. They named the stadium after him. So that's currently John Bagwell Stadium at my alma mater. But yeah, he was a player there. What's up, Clemson Virgin Boy? What's up, Nate Joel? What does that even mean, Clemson Virgin Boy? I must be a miracle worker then. I mean, you can call me Jesus from now on because I'm a virgin with 2 kids and a wife. All right, here we go. 2nd and 9. Hand the ball off. 4-yard pickup there from Georgia. Christian's only watching Clemson to study film. You guys should thank me for doing this stream for Georgia, because listening to Gary Danielson is I mean, I'd rather stick an ice pick in my eardrum. All right, 3rd and 3. From the 36. From back to pass he has all day. Throws it over the middle. Looks like it's complete to the tight end. Across the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. That might be the first time I've seen Jake Fromm throw the ball over the middle in the past 12 months. Yes, Mark. I'm Jesus, and I walk on Bama boys' tears. Exactly. People posting it in here. I think it's 14-0 right now. 1st and 10. From the 47. Swift up the middle again and goes nowhere. He picks up about a yard. He's having a rough day today so far. He's 2nd and 8. Picked up 2 yards, they said. Delta State fighting okra. What? That's not a real thing. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8. From complete to... No, incomplete. He's open. Bad pass. Attempted a pass to Swift, and it was incomplete. 3rd and 8 now. Somebody forgot to... Tech just... Fumble return for a touchdown for Notre Dame. Is that really? Yeah, Notre Dame is definitely overrated. 3rd and 8. Somebody forgot to remind me to change the quarter on here. I'm holding one of you personally responsible for that. I don't know which one yet, but when I find out, you're in trouble. 3rd and 8. From another bad pass. He had somebody in his face. 4th and 8. Looks like we're going to see a punt here. Tigers score again, ETN. So it's going to be 21-0 now. Whoever was asking for a... Oh, Harry, you don't have the ACC network, huh? That sucks. No ACC network in Florida. You would think that they would. I mean, they've got 2 ACC teams in Florida. That's weird. Christian says that Notre Dame couldn't hang with Clemson in the Cotton Bowl, so of course they're overrated. I think Christian forgot that Alabama lost by more points to Clemson in the playoffs than Notre Dame did. So I'm here to remind him of that. You're welcome. Check my Twitter. I don't know about that. I'll do it just because. I've got 50 notifications on my Twitter since I started this stream. Delta State University fighting okra. By 1 point extra, don't bring that up. You brought it up. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. Yeah, I think we're going to end up seeing that, Mark. I think we're going to end up seeing. Here's a theory of mine, and believe me, I'm could be completely off base here, but I feel like no matter what happens, if Clemson and Alabama both make it into the playoffs in any situation, I don't care who else is in there, whether it's Ohio State or whoever the other two teams are that make it in there. My theory is that when the final rankings come out at the end of the year, if Alabama and Clemson are both in the playoffs, they're going to do whatever they can to seed them where they match up against each other in the first round. I think that what they want to do is do everything they can do to avoid a possible matchup in the national championship again between Clemson and Alabama. So I think they'll try to put them against each other in the first round. That's my theory. We'll see if it works out. Of course, both of them have to make it for that to happen. But the entire college football world is threatening to strike watching the game if it's Clemson and Alabama in the title game again. So I think that they'll maneuver it any way they can for that not to happen. All right, 1st and 10 from the 9. Trask back to pass, throws it down the right side, tipped, incomplete. Twelve and a half minutes left in the first half. 2nd and 10. Hands the ball off. He's got a hole. He picks up about a yard short of the first down there. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Get YouTube TV or do a free trial. All right, 3rd and 1 from the 18. He's going to be taken down for a 3-yard loss. Big time stop there for Georgia. If what you say is true, probably 1 Ohio State, 2 Alabama, 3 Clemson, 4 LSU, so they can play each other. Yeah, I was thinking that either that or I think you could see a scenario where Alabama's 1, Clemson's 4, or Clemson being 2 and 3, Alabama 2 and 3. That's the only way it could happen, right? But I don't know about if Alabama goes undefeated and wins the SEC, they're going to be a number 1 seed. I just think that they are. I think that I'm not saying that's right. I just think that's the way it's going to be. But we'll see. Same thing with LSU. If LSU goes undefeated, 13-0 SEC champs, they'll be number 1. And that's just because I think they're going to put an undefeated SEC team in the first seed, period. I mean, personally, I don't really care who we play in the first round as long as we're in there. That's the goal. It is what it is. Right. It is interesting this year, though. I'm actually glad, as a college football fan, that there's more teams that are legitimate title contenders this year than there have been in the past few years. I know they like to build teams up the past few years and pretend like they're, title contenders like Notre Dame last year, right? I mean, they weren't title contenders. Oklahoma, they weren't legitimate title contenders last year. I mean, they built them up to be that way, but we saw what happened in the semifinals. So last year was really Clemson and Alabama. It is what it is. One of those two teams is going to win the Natty, and you could tell that probably 6 or 7 games into the season. But this year there is legitimately 4 or 5 teams that can win the national championship this year that are good enough to do that. So that's a good thing for football, in my opinion. You just lost the game. You lost your bet? You lost the signal. Hopefully not your YouTube signal. Everything looks peachy over here. You must have DirecTV or something. All right, so Georgia's got the ball back. 3-0. 11 minutes left in the second quarter. 1st and 10. Let's see what Jake Fromm can do here. Fake handoff, throws it to the right, complete for about 4 yards. Oh, you have Spectrum? Listen, let me ask you a question. Do you like Spectrum? Because we're thinking about changing to Spectrum. Where I live, we don't have a lot of options because it's a newer neighborhood. And is Spectrum any good? I need to know this, especially as far as internet. I'm more concerned with internet than anything. You like it? Okay. 2nd and 6. Going to hand the ball off. We're going to pick up about 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and... What is it going to be? 3rd and what? The internet's awesome. So I'm getting a unanimous thing here. Everyone's saying their internet's awesome. I'm gonna have to switch to them because the internet provider I have right now is pitiful at best. All right, 3rd and 4. Fromm back to pass, throws it up the middle, complete for a 1st down. You got to give Fromm credit, man. He'll dink and dunk, but he's good at doing that. He's really good at doing that. I would love to see the stat. How many over 20-yard passes does Fromm have? And I'm not talking about throwing it 1 yard and the guy runs 20 yards. I'm talking about him throwing a 20-yard pass. There can't be that many of them. 300 MPS for $40? Are you shitting me? You don't want to know what I'm paying for what I'm getting. It's insane. 1st and 10. Yeah, I'm changing. I'm definitely changing providers. I mean, according to them, I've got the fastest internet known to man. Problem is, this room I'm in, this YouTube studio / man cave / football room, is as far as you possibly can get from the internet wireless router in my house. 2nd and 6. Fromm back to pass. Throws it deep. Over 20 yards, like I just said. Incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag. They're going to say, I think this is going to be a defensive pass interference or holding. One of the two. Yeah, that's got to be a pass interference on Florida. I don't know, man. I didn't really see much there. They called it, though. Pass interference on Florida. That's what I've got, Johnny. I've got the creme de la creme, as they say. For our cable, internet, and security, and the security system's only like $25 a month or something, right? We're like $425 a month. I mean, it's ridiculous amount of money for what we're getting. All right, 1st and 10. from the 34. Going to hand the ball off. He picks up about 2 yards. All right, 2nd and 7. There's 7.5 minutes left here in the first half. Georgia leads 3-0. Georgia's knocking on the door. Down in Florida territory on the 23-yard line. Fromm back to pass. Dumps it off to the running back. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2 or so. Looks like everyone's got Spectrum. Does Spectrum have the ACC network? Not that that matters, but I'm guessing they do. All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. Fromm is... there's a flag before they even snapped it. False start. And they're calling that against Fromm. That was weird. Oh, against Pickens. All right, so that's a huge penalty for Georgia. From a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. They're doing their best impression of Clemson against North Carolina. Every time they get 3rd and short, they get a false start. All right, 3rd and 6. Fromm throws it complete inside the 10. Did he catch that? They said he did catch it. Wow. I got to tell you what, that was a hell of a catch. Oh, yeah, I think he caught it. The ball definitely hit the ground, but I think he had control of it when it hit the ground from the looks of it. That was a hell of a catch. That was not a good pass. Oh, I don't know. He lost control of the ball. What do you guys think? I don't know, man. It looked like he caught it, but then it hit the ground, and then he lost control right after it hit the ground, and he started bobbling it around. I don't know, man. No catch. Mark says, is a catch. I think that they called it a catch on the field. I think it's going to stay a catch. That's my... I don't know. I agree with Mark. I think they're going to keep it a catch. It was ruled a completed pass on the field. There's not enough evidence there to overturn it. I think it's going to stay a complete pass there. But the refs are so inconsistent on what they do, I wouldn't be surprised if they did overturn it. Yeah, see? Catch. They call it a catch. Look at Dan Mullen acting all surprised. Is it just me, or is Gary Danielson the most annoying announcer in the history of announcers? I can't stand him. Yeah, we need Wofford's punter, apparently. 1st and goal from the 10. Going to give it to Swift. Swift's got a lane. He's going to pick up a 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3, or 2nd and goal from the 3. Gary Danielson. That's the announcer I hate. I mean, there's a lot of announcers I hate. Joe Buck for the NFL, or as a matter of fact, Joe Buck for any sport, baseball, bowling, and you can put him in golf. This guy does golf. You got to be kidding me. But Gary Danielson, as far as college football, takes the cake. It's not even close. I'd rather listen to a cat, step on a cat's tail and listen to him scream for 3 hours than this. Second and goal, he hands the ball off, and he's going to gain nothing. Yeah, Joe Buck is the worst in really all of sports, probably. Gary Danielson probably takes a very close second. How this guy even has a job announcing football games is beyond me. I mean, Vern Lindquist retired, 2 years ago? And Gary should have just retired with him. Joel Klatt's another one. I don't like Joel Klatt. I mean, I don't. Third and goal. I know a lot of people do. Believe me. You're not alone, Mark. A lot of people like him. Play fake. Complete. Touchdown, Georgia. So, provided this is what I was saying about Fromm before the game started. Is he's not going to do anything flashy, but he's smart. All right, so the extra point's good. It's going to be 10-0. Do I remember Musburger? Of course I do. He's a legend. Brent Musburger. Most of these guys, Musburger is a good example of that. And Lindquist, Vern Lindquist, they stay a little bit too long. They're like that quarterback. They're like Brett Favre going to the Vikings, right? They're like these players almost that stay a year or two too long. And that's what Musburger did. He stayed a year or two too long. He started getting drunk on the air and gambling. And I think he let a couple of curse words slip out when he was drunk one time. That's when you know it's time to hang it up. Look, you see the same thing going on right now with what's-his-face from Game Day. It's time for him to hang it up, man. It's over. I'm sure he's a legend and all that. It's over. Just, what's up, Unreachable? I don't know. I disagree. I think that he did catch that ball. I mean, we can argue about that till the cows come home, but I think he did catch the ball. There was no way they were going to overturn it. That's for sure. Well, here we are. More than halfway through the second quarter, and Florida is scoreless. Yeah, that's not good if you're a Gator fan right now. I'm in the minority as far as Clemson fans go. I'm not a big fan of Danny Ford. Never have been. Probably never will be. Yes, he won a national championship in Clemson whenever I was a year old. Good for him. I'll be indebted to him for that. But Danny Ford is not a very nice guy. Not only is he not a very nice guy, he's kind of an asshole. And, there's a reason you don't see Danny Ford a lot in Clemson. He still lives in the state of South Carolina, as far as I know. I think he lives somewhere not far from Clemson. But he's not good friends with Dabo for a reason. Is because Danny Ford really does not like the fact that he's not the best coach in Clemson history anymore. And he's got an ego the size of Texas. And he doesn't give a whole lot of credit to Dabo. I don't really think Dabo Swinney likes Danny Ford that much, to be honest with you. He'll give him, credit as far as media comments because it's the right thing to do, but you don't ever hear Dabo Swinney praising Danny Ford, and it's because I don't think they like each other that much. But anyway, Yeah, I don't like Ford that much. He's kind of an asshole. What's up, Gio? 1330. What's up, Pigskin Pete? I know it's not football, but I grew up to Vince Scully. Vince Scully's a legend. What's up, Kenneth C? Complete over the middle. Big time game. I missed the pass there, but I saw the end of it. Anyway, big time play by Florida's offense. 1st and 10. All right, so inside Georgia territory very quickly. 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. 1st and 10. Gators from the 46. Trask back to pass. Over the middle, complete. Inside the 25, all the way down to the 23. 1st and 10, Gators from the 23. They just got 2 big chunk plays in a row in no time. Harriet says, we own the farm next to Ford. We can't stand him. See? Harriet knows what I'm talking about. She even knows better than me. Or he. I don't know. 1st and 10, Trask back to pass. Throws it. Incomplete. They're looking for a flag there. No flag. Second and 10. It's a Wildcat. What the hell was that? This is what Dan Mullen's do. Dan Mullen deserves to lose this football game. This game should be 10-10 right now if Dan Mullen wasn't such an idiot. Third and 8. 3 minutes and 8 seconds and counting. He tries to outsmart himself. All right, from the 21, 3rd and 8. Trask, back to pass. Throw it, the ball's tipped, incomplete. 4th and 8. Send your kicker out there. I wouldn't doubt it if Dan Mullen was stupid enough to do a fake on this one. Watch for the fake. Watch for the fake field goal on this. Here we go. Watch this. I'm calling for the fake. 38-yard field goal attempt. All right, they kicked it, and it's good. All right, so it's going to be 10-3. At least they got some points on the board. Good God. If Mullen keeps doing this, he will lose. Yes, he will. Yeah, what was that? I mean, Trask is moving him down the field. He gets 2 big plays, like a 30-yard play and a 20-yard play, consecutive plays. They take him out and they do this. Who was it? Who was the other quarterback? Emory Jones. Why do they do that? Yeah, what's the score of that game? Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. You know, Virginia Tech's won 3 games in a row. And believe me, no one's been harder on Tech than I have this year. Well, not just this year, but every year. But they're playing good football right now. 17-14 Tech. Oh, my God. Tell you one thing. If Virginia Tech ends up winning this game, that'll probably be the last season you'll see Brian Kelly as the coach at Notre Dame. I think they'll fire him. Because that's what Dan Mullen does. He did it on the first drive, too. First drive, they were running it down Georgia's throat. They got all the way down in the red zone and then started doing crazy passes. All right, so Georgia receives the kickoff. He's going to return it to about the 32. 2.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Washington leads Utah 14-3. Well, Utah needs to win, and so does Oregon today for the Pac-12 to have any chance at a playoff shot, period. If either one of them loses, it's probably over for them. All right, 1st and 10. Hand the ball off to Swift. He's got a lane, and he picks up about 5 or 6. Two minutes left here. 2nd and 3. From the 40. Hand it off to Swift again. He runs to the right. He dances. He gets across the first down marker. He picks up about 5 yards. 1st and 10 Dogs from the 46. Yeah. I agree. The problem is, look, there you go. 12 rushes for 26 yards today. That's Swift's numbers. That's bad. And they're still winning 10-3. Swift again. Breaks the tackle across the middle, across the 40, across the 30. He's going to go, all the way down inside the 25. Good run by Swift. That was definitely his best play of the game by a long shot. 1st and 10 Dogs inside the 25-yard line. Fromm back to pass, throws it into the end zone. Oh, he was open too. Incomplete. A minute left. A minute and 5 left. 2nd down. Play clock's winding down. Better get it off. Got it off. Hands off to Harrion. He's going to have a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 10. Yeah, I don't know why Trevor's still in the game. He should be out. I don't know what they're doing. 3rd and 10. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Time's ticking. And there's going to be a flag. I think that's going to be on Georgia. Maybe not. I don't know. It looked like offsides. Yeah, it's against Florida. Oh, you can't do that. That's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Yeah, whoever loses this game is out of the playoff hunt. Yeah, there's no two-loss team making it in there most likely. All right, 3rd and 6. $35-0 Clemson. Trevor to T. Higgins. Ten-second runoff. Georgia declines the 10-second runoff. All right, so 28 seconds left here in the second quarter. 3rd and 6. From the 20. Braun back to pass. Flushes out to the left. He's scrambling. He's got all day. Throws it into the end zone. Incomplete for an open receiver in the end zone, too. If he'd have just thrown that on time, it'd have been a touchdown. Anyway, 4th and 6. And I'm assuming they're going to bring the field goal team out here. We'll see. Dude, he was wide open. That was just a bad pass. Wide open. Yeah. He broke the record? All right, 4th and 6, Blankenship, and they're going to call the play dead. Florida is trying to ice the kicker. Calls a timeout. Their final timeout of the half. Yeah, take them all out. Take ETN out, take out Trevor, take out Higgins, take out Ross. Just take the entire first team out. There's really no reason for them to be in there at this point. What's the how many touchdowns does ETN have today? 3 already? Man, Notre Dame looks bad. Yeah, there's no reason to keep him in at this time. 3 or 4, yeah. I figured he'd break the record either today or next week. Oh, 2 touchdowns today. Yeah, all time is 48, right? The record was 47, which conservatively, he could end up with over 60 at the end of the season with the games that are left. And certainly if they get into the end of the playoffs and have an extra game or so. Yeah, he could end up with over 60, which is crazy. In 3 years, too. All right, the ball's kicked off. There is only 14 seconds left in the first half here. And he's going to take it out of the end zone, make a spin move, and get taken down at the 18-yard line. 7 seconds left here. I'm assuming they're just going to take a knee here if they're smart. And there's no reason. No reason to not. All right, guys. You guys are new here. You might know this. First of all, if you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that, yada, yada, yada. Thank you for that. Appreciate it in advance. If you are new here, I do take a break during these streams for a halftime. So I'll take about a 10 to 15-minute break during halftime, go pee, get something to eat, and all that. There's 1 second left here. And Georgia will be getting the second half kickoff. All right, so they're gonna go ahead and retire it. All right, guys, so I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Hang tight. All right, looks like the second half is about to start. I'm getting into the Peete Jr.'s Halloween candy here. People whining about Clemson playing Wofford. Look, Clemson plays 10 Power 5 schools a year. Alabama, Georgia, they play 9. I'm pretty sure Ohio State, even though Ohio State, I don't think they play any FCS schools, they still play 2 non-Power 5 schools a year. So, all of these teams play cupcakes, people. Get over it. Have you guys had this? Hershey's Gold Peanuts and Pretzel. So good. 17-3 Miami at the half. Yeah, Notre Dame. Hold on, let's turn that game on real quick. Still 17-14 in the fourth quarter, huh? I was just on my phone at halftime. I noticed a lot of non-college football YouTubers are streaming this Georgia and Florida game. We all know who the college football YouTubers are, though, right? Is it 13-3? Okay. Thank you. I'll do that. I don't know why he's still in the game. That's ridiculous. And Georgia gets the ball to start the second half. You know, I'm disappointed in Florida, not because they're playing bad. They're not playing bad, but this game should easily be 10-13 or tied. And Florida's moving the ball and then just doing stupid shit when they get down in the red zone, which is pretty much what Mullen does. So I guess I can't be surprised about it. That's going to be a good game tomorrow. I think that that game's going to be closer than people think it is. I mean, the Patriots' defense might be the best, was definitely the best defense in the NFL, but it might be the best defense that Belichick has ever had, and that's scary. When you go back to those early 2000s, 2005 through, or 2004 even, through about 2008, defenses that Belichick had were all elite. This might be the best defense he's ever had. But one thing that Belichick struggles with is mobile quarterbacks, so I think that's the reason it's going to be a good game tomorrow. We'll see what Lamar Jackson can do. Slim Shady Kane's coming through with another $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Over under, Lou has broke $100 worth of stuff already. I'm going to go under 100. I'll go over 50 though. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything in that garage that's. First of all, I don't think he'll break any of his equipment. Computer, microphone, camera. So that's all expensive stuff. So I'd say under. That's my final thought there. Well, thank you for the donation, sir. So, Slim Shady Canes, how does Jaron Williams look so far in this game? I haven't seen literally more than like 2 plays in that entire game. And Virginia Tech gets a field goal? So it's 20-14 now, Virginia Tech. And I think they might be about to get a safety because the Notre Dame player catches the what an idiot. That is the dumbest thing. He caught the ball on the 1 and then went back in the end zone and kneeled it down. That's a safety. Is anybody watching this? They're reviewing it right now. Dude. I think that's a safety. %70 so far. That is good. Yeah, Brian Kelly's got that I'm about to be fired look on his face. ETN 207 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just watching it till I see this call here, and then I'll switch it back. My boy, Always Irish. I got my thing. I don't have it up here with me. You guys know Always Irish John, the guy that I had on the Behind the Camera series, the Notre Dame podcaster. He's at this game right now. All right, they're going to say he's down at the 1 yard line. All right, here we go. You were at game day today? Do you live in Memphis? That's cool. Awesome, man. I want to go to Memphis so bad. I want to go to Nashville, too. All right, 1st and 10 from the 26, from back to pass. Throws it complete, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the reception to Cager. 2nd and 8. If you're Miami right now, you don't want Virginia Tech to win this game. Virginia Tech, I mean, if they win today, that'll be their 4th win straight. And I think they'll still be tied for first place in the Coastal Division, if I'm not wrong about that. 2nd and 6 from the 30. Hand the ball off to Swift, and he's going to go nowhere. He's going to lose about 1 yard or 2 yards. They are really completely shutting down Swift. He had that one big play at the end of the first half. Other than that, Swift has been shut down completely today. Really, the story here is the fact that Fromm is the star of the game so far. 11 for 19, 103 yards and a touchdown in the first half, which is pretty much Jake Fromm-like numbers. It's not going to jump off the screen at you, but he's done what he's needed to do. 3rd and 7. Fromm all day to pass. Complete over the middle. First down. All the way down to the 46-yard line. Yeah, well, Florida State's terrible. We know that. Do yourself a favor and stay away from Memphis. It sucks. Is that true? My father-in-law told me that Nashville's great. He wasn't a huge fan of Memphis, but I'll take your word for it if you live there. 1st and 10 from the 44. There's a flag. I think this is going to be against Georgia. False start, Georgia. What's up, Dwayne? How you doing? No, it doesn't suck. It's just full of fools. Well, that downtown scene, whatever that street that was on, I'm guessing that was like the main street in Memphis. I don't know what it's called. Looked pretty cool. On game day, it did anyway. All right, 1st and 15 from the 39. From back to pass, throws it. Oh my God, what an amazing catch. Amazing catch by Harrion. You see that? Gary Danielson just said a nice throw by Fromm. That was not a nice throw. That was an amazing catch, though. And they're going to look at this and see if he caught it. It looked to me like he caught it. I don't know. Let's see what the replay. He tipped the ball up in the air with his right hand. That's a catch. I mean, that's definitely a catch. That was an amazing catch. Georgia has the ball right now. I mean, that's a catch. The ball never hit the ground. Yeah, that's a catch. They're not going to overturn that. What's up, Carson? How you doing, man? Yeah, I mean that's not on Florida. I mean that was just an amazing catch. Like that's a 1 in 100 catch right there. I didn't see it touch the ground. Gary, you're high. Yeah, see the ruling stands. It's a catch. I'll put it this way, Pete. I don't leave home without a gun going to Memphis. Well, Slim Shady Canes, that's a good point. Except for I don't leave home without a gun either, and I don't live in Memphis. I mean, I'm going to leave it at that before I get pulled off of YouTube. But yeah, I don't either, no matter where I'm going. All right, 1st and 10. Play action pass. Fromm back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Complete. Wide open to Cager. And he's going to go all the way down to the 18-yard line. What is going on? I haven't seen more passes over the middle by Jake Fromm in the past 2 years than I have today. Florida what are they doing? Unbelievable. Listen, you got to give credit. You got to give credit to Fromm and this Georgia offense for doing what they're doing right now. 1st and 10 from the 13. Hands the ball off to Harrion, and he's not going to even pick up. I think he loses a yard. He's 2nd and 11. I'm not going to read that comment. Everybody can read it for themselves. The gun laws here where I live are very lax. I mean, you can have it with you pretty much wherever you go in your car. You have to have a concealed permit to carry it on your person, but in your car, you can have it in your car without a permit. 2nd and 10. Fromm back to pass. Throws it to the left, and that was just a bad pass. He was open. Simmons was wide open. Threw it out of bounds. 3rd and 10. Raven says, I'll laugh if South Carolina loses to Vanderbilt tonight. Well, the whole world will laugh along with you. Oh, it's the same there? All right, this is a big 3rd down here. 3rd and 10. Blitzing from complete, but he's only going to pick up about 2 yards, so it's going to be 4th and about 8. So I'm assuming they're going to send out Blankenship to kick a field goal here. Let's see if Kirby Dumb does something dumb again and tries to do some kind of crazy fake field goal here. I don't think he will with a lead. With a 10-point lead, he'd be stupid to do that. All right, 4th and 7. And this is going to be a 27-yard field goal attempt for Blankenship. This is almost a gimme for him. And the kick is up. And damn, he almost missed it, but it was good. All right, so there you have it, 16-3. What's up, Larry Irving Jr.? Fane won battles, Dominic G, Alati Bucks, Oregon, Just YMCA. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but I'm sure you do, and that's all that really matters. Right? Let's see if Florida can do something here. This Florida offense has been not only disappointing, but hard to watch through the first, 34 minutes of this football game. They're moving the ball down the field at will, and then every time they get in a position to score, they do stupid shit. And that's not the player's fault. That's Dan Mullen's fault. Larry has been hitting the sauce very hard today. Can somebody translate what he's saying? By the way, welcome, Larry. Sure, if you're here, you're amazing. I don't know about fantastic, though. Trayman Mario McKinney S. Cooper from. He said too much Clemson juice. Yeah, well. Oh. Dondre Crawford, otherwise known as Nice Guy TV, with a $2 super chat. Check me out at Nice Guy TV. Everyone go check out Dondre Crawford. He's got a YouTube channel over there. That's labeled Nice Guy TV is the name of the channel. You can see it. Click it. Go subscribe. Say what's up to him. Thank you, Dondre. I appreciate it, brother. Duke 99, Webster 1, Matt Georgetown, Christopher Vanderbilt, Big 10, B3, Goodell, OSU 4, got RJ Hampton 5, got Shaq Jr. Huh? All right, 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third. 1st and 10. Florida, let's see what they can do here. Come on, Florida, show me something. This is getting ridiculous. Play action. He throws it into coverage, and he gets it. And there's a flag on the play. I don't know who they're going to call us against. This is the one thing about college defenses that really piss me off. And it's across the board. It's not one particular team or another. But these defensive backs are trained. Clearly, they're coached and trained to just play the receiver and not look back for the ball. They're calling pass interference against Georgia. Half of these balls, like the one we just saw right there, could easily be intercepted if the defensive back looks back for the ball instead of just playing the receiver. And you see this over and over and over again. It's not till they get to the NFL where you start seeing them, play the ball and actually intercept the ball. It's a weird thing. I don't know why they do that in college as opposed to the NFL, but it's a very obvious thing that they're coached to do in college, because none of them do. They don't ever look back. They keep their eye on the receiver and then just stick their hands up or interfere or do whatever they got to do. There's no way you throw into double coverage like that. That ball should have been intercepted. What's up, Mighty Ducks action? Yeah, Michigan 38-7 over Maryland. Maryland's awful. I mean, all credit to Michigan. They did what they were supposed to do and blew them out, but Maryland's not a good team. All right, so they're going to say that the call is overturned. They're going to call it a catch. So 1st and 10, Florida. Nice Guy TV with another $2 super chat. I talk about Woody Dantzler this week. Go check him out. Watch him talk about Woody Dantzler. Legendary Clemson quarterback. All right, 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 35 seconds left, third quarter, from the 48. Trask back to pass. Complete for about a 4-yard gain. Gets wrapped up immediately. 2nd and 6 coming up. Speaking of Maryland, what happened to Syracuse this year? Well, Syracuse is awful, aren't they? They're probably the biggest disappointment in the ACC, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of disappointing teams in the ACC, don't get me wrong. But yeah, Syracuse is no good. I mean, for a team that won 9 games, 9 games 2 years ago, 10 games last year when you include the bowls. And many people thought coming into the season that Syracuse was going to be the second best team in the ACC. the product that they put on the field is pitiful. They might be. I mean, they're Florida State bad, right? And that's bad. Florida State and Georgia Tech, right? Georgia Tech, Florida State, Syracuse. Those are probably the 3 worst teams in the ACC. 3rd and 5. Trask over the middle, complete for about a 3-yard gain. Flag on the play, short of the first down. We'll see what the flag's for. This is an important flag here as far as this drive goes. Johnny Utah is smoking meth or something. I don't know what he's smoking. He's smoking something. And the penalty is against Georgia, offsides. Yeah, Johnny Utah likes to come in here and say how South Carolina is going to beat everybody. I mean, the guy's lost his mind. All right, so 1st and 10. From the 42, the 38 of Georgia. Trask. Backpedals. What are you doing? What was that, a 25-yard sack? Oh, my God. Dude, you got to throw that ball away. Am I a Clemson basketball fan? I'm a Clemson everything fan. I mean, I'm not a huge basketball fan in general, but yeah. You are what you play, and that means Clemson is trash. Yeah, that means everybody's trash. Alabama's trash, Notre Dame's trash, Oklahoma's trash, South Carolina's trash, A&M's trash, Auburn's is trash, Georgia's trash. Everybody that Clemson's beat, they're all trash, right? You're a genius, sir. Flag on the play. Delay of game against Florida. So it's about to be, what? 3rd and 40? You picked Syracuse by mistake. Dondre, I can't believe you did that. Why would you pick Syracuse to win anything? All right, 2nd and 34. Yeah, 2nd and 34. Let's throw a 2-yard pass into coverage. That makes a whole lot of sense. Dan Mullen is an idiot. Why does anybody think that Dan Mullen's the real deal? I need to know this right now. He's wearing that visor too tight, starting to restrict the blood flow to his brain. Third and 34. Yeah, let's hand the ball off on 3rd and 34 and run it up the middle. If I were a Florida fan, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I damn sure wouldn't be here in front of you on this computer. The computer would be broken. That's a fact. This is pitiful. I mean, this is pitiful. And look, you got to give Georgia credit, but guess what? They're pitiful too. To score 16 points in this game so far, the way that Florida's playing. Yeah, fair catch at the 26. Good God. Florida's been overrated since the Miami game. Florida's been overrated for a lot longer than that. I mean, I'm not surprised that Georgia's winning. I'm surprised at how inept Florida is on both sides of the ball, really. Yes, Florida overrated since Tim Tebow. Exactly. Johnny, Utah wants to keep telling us how they beat Georgia. They beat Georgia. Yeah, we know that. And they lost to North Carolina. They lost to Virginia. What was it, 28-0 in the bowl game last year? They lost to Clemson before that. I don't know. I think if South Carolina were in the ACC, the terrible ACC, they probably would be, I don't know, 8th place out of 14 teams if they're lucky. Oh, yeah. What's up, USA Power? How you doing? Change to that game real quick. Still 20-14. 5 minutes left. 2nd and 2. Virginia Tech's got the ball. Man, how the mighty have fallen. I don't know how many of you people are on Twitter. First of all, if you are on Twitter and you're not following me, you're making a huge mistake. And that's your first mistake. But if you're not on Twitter, period, you're making a huge mistake. Twitter is probably the most fun social media site. Facebook sucks. I hate Facebook. I'm not even on there anymore. Hell, they even kicked me off of there anyway, so that's besides the point. But I don't like Facebook in the first place. I made a 3-week appearance on there, and I got kicked off. But Twitter's great. But what you're going to see today, if Virginia Tech wins this game against Notre Dame, is a complete and total meltdown on Twitter from Notre Dame fans. There's already kind of a meltdown going on just because of the way they got handled last week by Michigan. But if they lose to Virginia Tech at home, Twitter might get Notre Dame fans might end up all getting kicked off of Twitter, and I can't wait to see that. Yeah, Swift's got a lane, breaks a tackle all the way up to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 2 or 3. Picked up about 6 or 7 on that game. Yeah, Kenneth Walton. Yes, Kenneth Walton is a legend on Facebook. Too bad I'm not on there to look him up. Facebook shut my page down because they said Pigskin Pete was not a real person. Anyway, 2nd and 2. Hand the ball off to Harrion. And he gets a first down. 1st and 10 Dogs. Yeah, Facebook's terrible. I hate it. I really do hate it. Look at that. Offensive plays, Georgia 50, Florida 26. 26. And Dan Mullen is an offensive coach. That's embarrassing. 1st and 10. And he's going to hand the ball off and get taken down for about a 2-yard loss. Florida's defensive line is legit. I'm not going to lie. They are. I mean, they're manhandling Georgia's run game. But everything else about Florida, their secondary today is pitiful. I mean, you got Jake Fromm out there looking like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And the offense looks. I mean, they look like well, they look like Notre Dame on offense, which ain't saying much. All right, 2nd and 10. Pitches it off to Swift. Swift's got a lane. Cross the 30. Cross the 20. Touchdown. Flag on the play. Is this going to come back? This might be a holding. I think this is going to be a holding. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a holding. Hell, he fucking threw the guy to the ground. Thank God. Well, that's a huge call because that keeps Florida in this game mathematically. But from what I'm seeing, Florida just looks pitiful. I mean, that was no. He held him right in front of Swift. That was a legit holding. All right, Fromm back to pass, has all day. Incomplete. I'm waiting for a flag because they throw a flag on every play. No flag there. Fromm's looking for a flag. He's pissed. All right, 3rd and 18. Florida's only chance right now is to stop them right now. That's it. I agree, USA Power. LSU's defense is a big question mark. I think that goes without saying. We've seen a lot of teams score a lot of points on LSU. They're just outscoring people. They're the Oklahoma of the SEC. 3rd and 18. Fromm back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's holding the ball. He's going to keep it. He pitches it backwards. A backwards pass. What was that? How is that not a backwards pass? What was that? I guess he wasn't across the line of scrimmage, that's why. All right, 4th and 9, they're going for it. They're going for it. The hell? This is a shit show right here. Flag on the play. What in the hell is going on here? First of all, why are they going for it on 4th and 9? That's the first thing I want to know. False start, Georgia. So, you got to punt it, dude. Kirby Smart has got to be the worst. I don't care who wins this game. Georgia's probably going to win the game. Kirby Smart's got to be the worst in-game coach in the history of college football. 4th and 14 now. What are they going to do? All right, the punt is up. And it's going to be a touchback. Oh, God. You know what? I'm always glad that I'm not a Georgia fan, but I'm especially glad today that I'm not a Georgia fan. Because I'd be pulling my hair out right now if I was watching this game. I mean, Georgia's dominating Florida in every way. And they're doing everything they can to let Florida stay in this game. Everything they can. Whose defense is more complete? Clemson's defense is definitely more complete than. Well, they're definitely more complete than Alabama's this year. I mean, I don't think there's any denying that, right? I think even most Alabama fans would tell you that. The only one that can compare to Clemson's defense and that's in the top 5 or 6 would be Ohio State, I think. Well, it's a Mighty Ducks action. It's a moot point. If Georgia wins this game and wins the East, they're going to get beat by either LSU or Alabama. I mean, I just don't see a scenario where they're going to win the SEC. I mean, anything's possible in a one-game scenario, but Georgia's offense, Georgia's offense isn't even as good as it has been the past couple of years, and they haven't been great the past couple of years. Look, here's the bottom line. Here's the thing with LSU that I learned. Yeah, they can score a lot of points, but when they go up against an elite defense, they didn't even score 30 points against Auburn. And Auburn's offense might be, well, I don't want to say terrible, but it's slightly above bad, right? I mean, average at best, and they still hung with LSU for 4 quarters. So that tells you everything you need to know about LSU. All right, there's 2 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Gators from the 20-yard line. Complete over the middle. And he's going to pick up a first down and more. Picks up about 14 yards on the play. 1st and 10, Gators. I almost hope Florida scores here just for the entertainment factor of this, just to keep it close, honestly. I think so too, Mighty Ducks. I really do. All right. Trask back to pass. Complete for another first down. That was a terrible pass, though. Inside of 2 minutes now in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 45. Trask, back to pass, complete. And he's going to fight for more yardage. And he's going to pick up about 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3. I mean, this guy looks like he has a noodle arm. I mean, compared to a Tua or even a Burrow or Lawrence, this guy's got a noodle arm. This ball is, wobbling for a 5-yard pass. 2nd and 2. Throws it over the middle. Complete again for a first down and more. 1st and 10, Gators. They're dinking and dunking, but it's working right now. Pride always comes before the fall. I mean, Alabama fans know all about that, don't they? 1st and 10. He steps up in the pocket. He scrambles. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. What in the hell was that? He looks like he's God, man. What's up, Hound Dog? How you doing, man? I mean, Alabama fans preaching about being prideful is laughable. I mean, Alabama thinks that they own the college football world. And then when they lose, they make excuses. My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. And my knee. It was all hurt. 2nd and 9. Short throw complete. Picks up about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. On to the fourth quarter. Can we see Florida finally score a touchdown in this game? If not, that's pitiful. Pitiful. See, I know fans are fans and they say stuff, and I mean that's what college football is all about. You never see me come on YouTube. First of all, I've got more sense than most of these people. Second of all, if I'm wrong about my team, I have to come out back on camera the next day or the day after that, or at some point in the near future, and answer to my claims. But people in the chat section don't have to do that. People on Twitter don't have to do that, right? They hide behind a keyboard, and they can just take a week off or whatever, or change their screen name or whatever. But I saw all these Florida fans this week all over social media, even on my YouTube channel, saying that Georgia was the most overrated football team in America. They weren't even a top 20 team, and that Florida was going to beat them 40-7 or 38-14 or all this crazy mess. I guarantee you, because I've been in this game for 2 years now, I know how it goes. If Georgia wins this game, those people that were saying those things will not show their face. Even if they don't have to show their face, they won't even show their screen name on social media for at least 3 weeks. And the reason is because they're big, fat pussies, like half of the type of trolls are on the internet. We'll see who OSU is after Penn State and Michigan. Yeah. I don't care what Michigan's doing right now. I don't think Michigan's anywhere on Ohio State's level. Period. Penn State is a very sneaky team. Penn State has the offense to cause people trouble. I still think that Ohio State is just on, people like to trash the ACC and say it's Clemson and everybody else, which is very true. Don't get me wrong, it's true. But I feel like Ohio State's a very similar situation. I mean, Ohio State's on a whole nother level than all these other teams in the Big Ten. I mean, period. I mean, Penn State's a very good team. Don't get me wrong. Could they beat Ohio State? Sure, they could. Will they? Probably not. Ohio State's on a different level than those guys. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Is that game next week, Mark? The Ohio State and Penn State game, is that next week? I think it is. All right, 3rd and 6 from the 46. I'm sorry, from the 34. Quarterback keeper with Kyle Trask. I can run faster than him. Oh, my God. That was the worst play call in the history of mankind right there. 4th and 1 now. What are they going to do? Probably a pass. Watch this. They're going to pass. Dan Mullen's such an idiot. He's going to pass it. Yeah, it's an empty backfield. Well, I completed it for a first down, but... First and 10. Fake handoff. Flushes it to the right. Throws it. Touchdown. Wait, flag. It's a touchdown. Is that not a touchdown? That's a touchdown. What's the flag? All right. Touchdown. About time. All right, we got a game here now, guys. Thank God. Again, I don't care who wins. I just want to see a good game. And this makes it a good game now. With a extra point here, it'll be a 6-point game. 13 minutes and 51 seconds here left in the fourth quarter. Now they're going to review the play. What are they reviewing it for? You can't review a pass interference, can you? Not in college. Oh, they're going to review the touchdown. That was a touchdown. I'm going to go ahead and change the score here because how he was literally in the end zone when he look at this. Catches the ball. He's in the end zone. God, they'll review anything these days. I'm going to go ahead and change the score. The ball definitely crossed the line when he catches it. Watch. Look right here. Watch. Watch when he's got the ball. When he lands and his foot goes in the end zone, the ball is across the plane. Watch. If they'll show it. Right there. Yeah, it's definitely a touchdown. So yeah, right when he catches it, it's over the line. Yeah, that's a touchdown. First of all, you have to realize that the call on the field was a touchdown, so there's definitely no evidence to say that it wasn't there. Let's see what they say here. Yeah, touchdown. See? Hound Dog says Georgia's getting conservative. That's what happens. No, Georgia's not getting conservative. Georgia's been conservative the whole game, honestly. They have done what Georgia does, is run the ball, and they haven't had a lot of success running the ball. What's really been shocking is the fact that Georgia and Jake Fromm have been throwing the ball over the middle for big gains this game. When I say big gains for Georgia, whatever, 10, 15-yard passes, and completing them. But they've been conservative, for sure. Georgia's not doing anything different than what they normally do, really, except for throwing the ball over the middle a little bit. Other than that, Georgia's playing Georgia football. The thing that's really surprising is really Florida's team does not look like how they've been playing all year. Their offense until this drive has looked completely inept. Completely. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care who wins this game. Neither one of these teams that I'm seeing right now is winning the SEC. It's not going to happen. No way. They can't score with Alabama or LSU. I don't care. I don't care if LSU's got the 80th ranked defense in America. They cannot score with LSU. And forget about it with Alabama. Alabama would probably beat them by 4 touchdowns. Maybe not 4, 3, conservatively. Do I think the top SEC teams could knock each other out of the playoffs? Yes, I do. I also think there's a scenario that could play out where 2 SEC teams get in there and maybe, possibly, both from the same division. The only scenario where I see 2 SEC teams getting in the playoffs would be LSU and Alabama. I don't think you'll see an Alabama or a Georgia and Georgia both getting in. I don't think you'll see a scenario where an LSU and a Georgia get in, or if you replace Georgia with Florida. The only scenario where I see 2 SEC teams getting into the playoffs would be LSU and Alabama. That's it. Outside of that, I don't see it happening. And even that's probably pretty unlikely as long as Ohio State takes care of business, Clemson takes care of business. I still think you'll see, before 2 teams get in from the SEC, one Pac-12 or one Big 12 team in there if they have 1 loss and win their conference. But it's very likely that the Pac-12 champ ends up having 2 losses. It's likely. It's also likely that Oklahoma doesn't win out either. We'll have to find out. There's so much different scenarios that can go on right now that it's way too early to say, but it's possible, yes. Who would I like to see Clemson play first in the playoffs, says Cody. That's a great question. I get asked that all the time, and my answer is probably not very intriguing or controversial, and it's probably very vanilla. I don't really care. I really don't. As long as they're in the playoffs, I feel confident that they can compete on a national level with any of those teams. Maybe LSU would be the one. If I could pick one, I'd probably say LSU, and the reason is because I saw what LSU did with Auburn last week. So Clemson's defense is as good or better than Auburn's, and their offense is 10 times better than Auburn's, and that game came down to less than a touchdown. So I think that out of all those teams, Clemson would beat LSU more likely than Alabama or Ohio State. All right, 1st and 10. 13 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the game. The pitch to Swift. Swift finds a lane, breaks some tackles, picks up about 4 yards. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 6. We'll see where they spot it. This is a huge possession for Georgia, but also for Florida's defense. If Florida can stop them here, that's big time. Don't let them score here. Hand the ball off. He's going to be taken down about a yard short. Swift is going to be about a half a yard short, right up there on the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and inches. First down, Swift on the 2nd effort. 1st and 10, Georgia. How about my Vols whooping South Carolina last week? Hound Dog, that made my week, sir. You kidding me? I mean, look, anytime the Gamecocks get whooped by anybody, it's a good day for Peete. 1st and 10. From the 31. From play action. Under pressure. Tucks the ball, runs. He's scrambling. Gets almost tripped up. Finally gets taken down. After he just ran about 30 yards, he picked up 3. Why? Is it just me? He looks slow. He just looks slow. But hey, man, he made something out of nothing. You got to give him credit for that. 2nd and 7. 11 minutes and 45 seconds. The time is ticking. No sacks for Florida today. 29 sacks this season, 0 today. That's pitiful. Oh, that's going to be a delay of game. Where's the flag at? Swift takes it for about 8 yards. A yard shy of the first down. Why is there no flag on that? Anybody else see that? The time definitely expired before they snapped that ball. All right, anyway, they're not going to... All right, 3rd and 1. Third and 1. Hand it off to Swift. He's going to get it. Picks up a yard. First down, Georgia. Oh, look at that. Notre Dame scores a touchdown with 30 seconds left in the game. To go up by a point, they won. Wow. Fromm back to pass. Throws it wide open. Touchdown. What in the hell? Pitiful. Where? Again, making Jake Fromm look like Tom Brady out there. Somebody convinced me that Florida had an elite defense. Where is that person? Who's the one that convinced me of that? You don't get any more wide open than this. Look at this. There's nobody within 10 yards of him when he catches the ball. That's like Big 12 shit right there. They're going for 2. Going for 2 to make it a 14-point game. Well, Dan Mullen does it again, doesn't he? Did I watch any of that Purdue comeback against Nebraska earlier? No, I didn't watch any of that. Georgia better thank Miami for Cager. Yeah, he has been. He's been probably, well, no, definitely. He's been the best receiver in this game for Georgia. There's no doubt about that. Hell, he might be the best offensive player. I mean, Swift has really, statistically, hasn't done very well today, outside of one big play. I tell you what, Dan Mullen should be ashamed of himself today. The way he's called this game. And look, maybe Georgia's just a better team. I mean, I'm not going to say they're not. I mean, clearly they look like they are. But to be an offensive coach, Kirby Smart's a defensive coach. Mullen's an offensive coach. The offense that Florida has put on this field today is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Who do I have Oregon versus Southern Cal? That's a good question, man. You know, I don't really know. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have told you that Oregon would have won that game by 2 touchdowns. The game's in Southern Cal, right, if I'm not mistaken. And Southern Cal is on a win streak right now. I don't know. I think that game, that could be an upset. It could be an upset. I'm going to watch that game later. Should be a good game. But if Oregon loses that game, then the Pac-12's chances of getting into the playoff are probably over. I'll tell you this. I think Oregon's a better team. Doesn't mean they're going to win, though. UCF has the best offensive line in the state of Florida. That is a fact. That is probably a fact. Yes, I'd agree with that. Yeah. Hold that thought, Cody. A 2-point attempt here. Fromm back to pass. Complete. Cager again. So Georgia has a 14-point lead with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Cody, I agree. I picked Oregon to be my dark horse to make the playoffs before the season started. So for selfish reasons, yes, I would like to see Oregon get in the playoffs. And just so I can say I was right, because everyone told me I was stupid before the season started. They told me I'd never seen a football game. I don't know what I'm talking about. I should delete my YouTube channel. Oregon's terrible. Oregon sucks. Blah, blah, blah. Pac-12, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, for selfish reasons, I would like to see Oregon get in the playoffs. I do think that Oregon is one of the best 6 teams in America, whether they make the playoffs or not. They have a first-round pick quarterback. They have definitely the best offensive line in the Pac-12, probably top 5 offensive lines in the country. Their defense, by Pac-12 standards, are extremely good. So, yeah. Go ahead and change the score here before I forget. But we'll see what Oregon's made of tonight. Championship teams, if Oregon's planning on making a college football playoff run and competing with the likes of an Ohio State or a Clemson or an Alabama or an LSU or any of these teams in the top 5 or 6, Penn State, they're going to have to beat USC, and not just beat them, but beat them without question. I'm not saying beat them by 30 points or anything. That's not going to happen probably. But don't make it a last-second play, fluke Hail Mary play that you beat them by, or a last-second field goal. Beat them by 8, 10, 13 points or something, just so I know that you're not a complete pushover. Because if they don't do that, then they have no chance against any of these other teams in the top 4 right now, top 4 or 5. No way. Especially in a playoff scenario. I'm still saying no. I'm still saying that's not going to happen, Cody. I still think it's more likely than not that there won't be 2 teams from one conference in the playoffs. It's certainly possible, and looking more and more possible as the weeks go on. But I still think it's more possible than not that there's 4 different conferences represented. All right, 1st and 10. 10 minutes left, and this is really the game. Let's be honest here. If Florida does not score a touchdown on this drive, the game is probably pretty much over. I mean, not technically, but pretty much. So here we go. 20 from the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Complete. Incomplete. I mean, he just dropped a pass. 2nd and 10. I disagree, Cody. I think if LSU doesn't win their own division or Alabama doesn't win their own division and have 1 loss, that a 12-1 Pac-12 champ will get in ahead of them. I do. Second and 10. Incomplete. Or a 12-1 Big 12 champ. No, I see what you're saying. And believe me, I could be wrong. I still think it. If Oregon wins out, I think they're going to get in ahead of a one-loss LSU or Alabama that doesn't win their own division. But we've seen it happen before. You might be right. Third and 10. I don't know what just happened there. A timeout. Oregon's quietly one of the most well-rounded teams in the country. Yeah. I think that Oregon has a better chance of getting in ahead of a one-loss LSU or Alabama as long as they win their conference and one of those other teams doesn't, simply because of Oregon's out-of-conference schedule. They scheduled Auburn week 1 on a neutral field, lost at the last second. Utah, on the other hand, I don't know. Utah might not make it ahead of one of those teams, even if they win out and win the Pac-12 as a one-loss team, because Utah's out-of-conference schedule is not as impressive as Oregon's. That's the difference. It's like I heard a hypothetical argument on the radio yesterday. Imagine this scenario. Not likely at all, but possible. Very, very unlikely, but still possible. Imagine a Wake Forest. Wake Forest still has to play Clemson. Wake Forest has one loss. Imagine Wake Forest beats Clemson, wins out, wins the ACC, and is 12-1 ACC champs with a win over Clemson. Does Wake Forest make it into the playoffs? I think they don't. And the reason, even with the win over Clemson, the reason I don't think they don't is because look at their non-conference schedule. They played Rice, I think, as one of their non-conference teams. I think an FCS team somewhere in there, and then another nobody, a group of 5 team, I think. So that out-of-conference schedule does matter when you're one of these outsiders looking in. But if Wake Forest were to somehow win out and beat Clemson, that would be an amazing feat, without a doubt, no matter what happens. But I don't think they get in the playoffs, though. 3rd and 10, 25-yard line. This is the play of the game. Trask over the middle, incomplete. Well, they're going to throw a flag. Flag on the play. I knew it. That was definitely interference. This is the only thing keeping Florida in the game right now is that flag. Pass interference on Georgia. That was definitely you can't wrap your arms around a guy like that. I'm not so sure that affected the play, but it definitely was a bad look. I can see why they threw the flag there. 1st and 10 from the 31. Trask back to pass. Complete over the middle. Oh, it almost intercepted. I thought it was complete. And Florida is just showing their hand here, too. Why is Mullen considered to be an offensive genius? Every play is an empty backfield. I mean, this wasn't empty, but it was clear he was not running the ball. I mean, when the running back is standing in front of the quarterback, I'm considering that an empty backfield. All right, 2nd and 10. similar formation here than the last one. Got 4 receivers. Screen pass. Complete. And he's going to get the first down, I think. He got it. 1st and 10, Florida. What's up, Steve Harvey? I'm not going to say what you typed. But what's up? 1st and 10. Flag on the play. Against Georgia. 1st down, Florida. Georgia's doing everything they can to keep Florida in this game. I mean, yeah. Looks like that Utah and Washington game's good so far. All right, 1st and 5. Hands off to Perine. He's got a lane up the middle. 1st down and more. Flag on the play. The score is on the screen. 24-10. Holding against Florida. Oh, penalties offset. 2 penalties on there. All right, so inside of 9 minutes left in the game, 24-10, 1st and 5 from the 48-yard line. Florida trying to make something out of nothing. If they don't score here, the game's over, I think. So this is it. I give up. Fire Dan Mullen. Why are you doing a quarterback run with Kyle Trask in any situation, especially when the game's on the line and there's 5 yards to get the first down and you're down by 2 touchdowns with 8 minutes left to go in the game? Can somebody please explain that to me? I mean, I'm not Albert Einstein here, but I'm sure not a dumbass. Second and 4. P. Ryan's got the ball. 1st down. Out of bounds. 1st and 10. Gators. 24-10. Score. I'm getting worked up like I care about Florida, which I don't. But this is embarrassing. They've done that 3 times already. Trying to Kyle Trask is not going to run the football for you. They pitch the ball back to whoever it is. Pierce. 2nd down and 5, I think. Under no situation do you do a design quarterback run when the game's on the line with Kyle Trask. I'd like to go ahead and take this opportunity to thank God for putting me on this planet. Thank all the viewers. Everybody that hits that thumbs up button, hits that subscribe button. You're all amazing. You're all fantastic. Everybody that's commented. Everybody that's super chatted. Slim Shady Canes and Nice Guy TV. You're all amazing. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Back again. I'm going to have to make an intro for you when you call in that says just that. Yeah. No, Dan Mullen's never going to win a championship. There's no way. He's proved that tonight. I don't care what happens. I don't care if they come back and win this game. Dan Mullen has proven that he is not a good in-game coach. $56-14 Clemson. Yeah, I am going to. I just got to figure out how to do it, and I'm going to do that. And that goes for all of the regular callers. I'll have an intro for them. If it doesn't happen this season, it'll definitely happen in the off season. For all the regular callers, and there's probably about 7 or 8 callers that I get on a regular basis every time I do the call-in show, I'll make an intro for every one of you. But Slim Shady Canes is definitely the easiest one to do, because it's an obvious one that's easy to do with that name. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Trask back to pass. Throws it deep. Overthrows the receiver who is wide open. Kroll was wide open. That was a tight end, not the receiver, but you know what I mean. 3rd and 6 now. Dude, you got to hit that pass, dude. Trask hasn't looked good this game. That's maybe the 3rd or 4th pass that he's done that on. That's a catch all day if you just hit him. Third and 6. From the 40. This is 4-down territory if you're Florida with the time left on the clock. You got to. Trask back to pass again. Complete. Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So big time 3rd down conversion there by Swain. I mean, the thing is here, though, this is so predictable. If you're Georgia's defense, every down is a passing down for Florida right now. They're showing it with the formations. There's no indication they're going to run the ball. So allowing these receivers to be open is a crime. But 1st and 10. Look, another empty backfield on this one. 1st and 10 from the 25. Obvious passing play. 5 receivers. Trask complete again to P. Ryan. And he's only going to pick up about 3 yards on there. 2nd and 7. So what we're seeing now is Georgia is doing what most teams do in this situation, and they're playing soft defense. And they're allowing this Florida offense to sort of dink and dunk their way down the field and get themselves back in the game. I mean, why are we not seeing any blitzes here? This is why I'm glad I'm a Clemson fan, because they'd be blitzing his ass like it was there was no tomorrow if this were Clemson playing him on defense. Trask again steps up in the pocket. He's going to keep it, and they surround him, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Inside of 6 minutes left in the game. Well, good luck, DeAndre. I hope you win that money, man. I really do. I'm just waiting for a dumbass call by Mullen right now. 3rd and 5 from the 20. Hands the ball to Piron. He's got a lane up the left. Oh, good tackle. Picks up about 2. But he gets the 1st down, 1st and 10. The Gators stay alive barely. Time is now their enemy at this point. Down 2 touchdowns inside of 5 minutes. They are in the red zone, though. 2 timeouts left for each team. Trask complete over the middle. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down, inside of the 5-yard line, down to the 4. It's going to be, there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag's for. It's against Florida. With every play that goes by, this game is getting more and more out of hand for the Gators. Hey, who won the Miami game? Miami win that? I'm assuming they did. 24-10. Under 10 left. Okay, I got you. 1st and 15 from the 19. Inside of 5 minutes. In the game. 24-10 Dogs on top. Incomplete. How hard it is to defend this Florida offense when there's literally zero threat of any kind of run or any kind of play out of the backfield. Not even a running back catching the ball out of the backfield. They just, on every down, have nobody in the backfield. Nobody. This is the inventive, high-flying offense that Dan Mullen has brought in to run? This is pitiful. 2nd and 15. Every formation looks the same. P. Ryan runs up the middle, gets stuffed after 3 yards. Oh, my God. How much is Dan Mullen making a year? Can somebody tell me this? How much are they paying this guy? $4 million, $5 million, $6 million? I don't know. I'll do it for $500,000. Hire me tomorrow. I'll do it for $500,000, and I could run these basic bullshit formations. I thought this guy was supposed to be an offensive genius. 3 and 10. 3rd and 10. Inside of 4 minutes left. From the 14. Complete. Out of bounds. 2 yards short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2 from the 5. What's up, Gangway? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. But I already know that you are. Fourth and 2. This is the game right here. Look, no running back in the backfield. 18 receivers. Gee, I wonder what they're going to do here. Jesus Christ. This is almost. I'm about to turn this game off a principle. If I was a Florida fan, I might have jumped out of this window already. This is really pitiful. Pitiful. What is this guy doing? Every formation is the same. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. There's no inventiveness to this offense. They either do a screen pass to P. Ryan or they do a 2-yard pass over the middle to the tight end. No threat of a running back whatsoever. I mean, it's awful. It's pitiful. It's embarrassing, really. How is Florida in the top 10? Can somebody? What are they ranked? Number 6? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Gangway. Yeah, just looking to watch the Panthers game tomorrow. You're depressing me even more than I already am right now. Yeah, I think the Panthers will win tomorrow, but the whole Cam Newton situation's got me on edge right now. Yeah, David. Pretenders, what they are. 6.1 million, and Ed Orgeron $3.5 million. Good God Almighty. Unbelievable. Yeah, same old Dan Mullen from Mississippi State. He's trying to. What was that quarterback's name that he had at Mississippi State? That big fella? Can't remember his name right now. But he's treating Kyle Trask like he's that guy. He's not. Kyle Trask, I'm telling you, I'm not even kidding. This is not even a joke or trying to be funny. I think I can run faster than Kyle Trask. I'm pretty sure that I can. Trask throws first down at the 3. Shocking screen pass. All right, from the 2, 1st and goal. In 3 minutes and 15 seconds here. Touchdown, Florida. Finally, we saw some inventiveness on that play. At least Swain with the touchdown. At least they tried to do something. At least there was the threat of a running back carrying the ball, which is what made that play work. But for the previous 15 plays before that, we didn't see any running back in the backfield. None. All right, so now, provided they get the extra point here, it's going to be a 7-point game. There's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. Florida has 2 timeouts. Georgia has 1. What do you do here? I'm assuming they're going to kick the ball. All right, so the extra point's good. I'm assuming they're going to kick the ball off here. I don't know why I'm so stressed out about this game. I'm not even stressed out necessarily. That's probably the wrong word for it. I'm just extremely frustrated watching this Florida offense. It's really embarrassing. I mean, good for them for getting a touchdown, I guess. But this entire game, they've been embarrassing and predictable. And their defense isn't very good either. They're out there making Jake Fromm look like Tom Brady on game day, on Super Bowl Sunday even. Pretenders for sure. Do I hate Georgia? No, I don't care who wins this game. I have no bearing in who wins this game. Could care less. I'll tell you one thing: Georgia deserves to win this game, no matter who wins. Florida's looking just pitiful. All right, here we go. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to be exact. It's a 7-point game, and Florida's going to kick it off. And they do a squib kick. And Swift receives it. Ooh, and he falls awkwardly. Anyways. All right, here we go. So basically what you have to have happen here, mathematically, I don't think that Florida can allow Georgia to get more than 1 first down, right, with 3 minutes and 2 timeouts. No, not Dak Prescott. I'm thinking of the other guy, the tall white guy, the guy that just was there last year. Even after Mullen left. All right, 1st and 10. What's that guy's name? Did I lose my voice? No, I didn't lose my voice. First and 15. That's a penalty against Georgia. From the 27. From back to pass. Screen pass complete. And he's going to break a couple of tackles and make it something out of nothing. Picks up about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 10 or so. So Florida takes a timeout. They've only got 2. Yeah, at this point, let's see, with 1 timeout left, I'm trying to do the math in my head. I think 1 first down might end this game. If not, it'll be very, very close. Listen, I'll give credit to LSU, right? I understand why they're ranked number 1. by whatever the AP, but let's be real here. I mean, you're right. They almost lost to Auburn. Auburn's got maybe the worst, definitely in the bottom half, worst offenses in the SEC, and they still almost scored with LSU. So I don't know, but I understand that their strength of schedule is tougher than anybody else's in that top 5. That's why. 2nd and 8. Hand the ball off to Swift, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 6, depending on where they spot it. 3rd and 7 is what they're calling it. 2 minutes and 53 seconds left. And I'm assuming they're going to take their last time out here, which I think they are. They did. So Florida takes their final timeout. A first down here. Would pretty much end it. Here we go, 3rd and 7. This is pretty much game. They blitz from over the middle, complete for a first down. That's the end of the game. Yeah, that's the end of the game. Game over. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Florida, you should be embarrassed. And not because, listen, you got beat by a good team. So you should not be embarrassed that you lost to a top 10 team. Hold on. Swift gets about 4 yards. What you should be embarrassed about is that South Carolina looks better than you do against Georgia. That's number one. Number two, you're making Jake Fromm look like a Heisman candidate out there. You're making Jake Fromm look like Tom Brady against the Falcons a couple of years ago in the Super Bowl when they were down 26 to whatever it was, 26 to 3, 24 to 3. Third of all, you're supposed to be an offensive team. You have an offensive head coach. Your offense is doo-doo. Doo-doo. Terrible, awful, and pitiful. And on top of that, you have no quarterback. Hold on, 2nd and 7. All right, so mathematically here, they might get the ball back, depending on what happens here. If they might get like a 2 seconds left on the clock if they stop them here. Doo-doo. What did I bet on? I bet on Florida with 6 points. I'm going to lose this by a point, probably, which I don't care about that, but it's not real money. It's just for a contest, but all right, so they stop him, but that's the end of the game. So, all right, so they stop him. There's 30 seconds left. It's 4th down. That's the game. All right. Well, hey, at least it wasn't a blowout, so it was somewhat entertaining. 24-17 final score. Let me go ahead and update that because somebody will cry about it. And God knows there's somebody always crying about something on here. Final 24-17. Georgia topples the Gators. So I think what we can go ahead and safely assume, and I don't want to make any assumptions that aren't valid. I think most of you would agree with me that are on here that Georgia is now going to be the SEC East champs. Now, somebody could still play spoiler, right? Missouri could still possibly beat Georgia in an upset. Probably not going to happen, though. Either way, even if that does happen, Georgia would own the tiebreaker against Florida for a 2-loss team. So Georgia's going to Atlanta to face either LSU or Alabama at this point. Now, can Georgia knock off one of those teams? That is yet to be seen. I don't think they can, but who knows? College football seems to be extremely unpredictable this year and almost every year. So, yeah, thanks to all of you that joined tonight. I had a lot of fun. I will see you guys soon. Thanks to Slim Shady Canes for the donations. Thanks to Nice Guy TV, Dondre Crawford for the donations. Thanks for all the moderators. Thanks for all the haters. Thanks for all the lovers. Thanks to everybody. It's been amazing and fantastic. You're all amazing and fantastic. Have a great night. Go Tigers. Pigskin Pete's checking out.